I'm back in Denpasar, and what brings me back to Denpasar? Well, it's the bird market here in Denpasar. Pasar means market, burung is bird. So we're at the bird market to see what's going on. I've been to a few bird markets over the years in Indonesia, and sometimes they're a little bit, I don't know, if you're an animal lover, you might not like it, but this one's a little bit different. It's not as big and as wild as some of the ones I have seen. So you see all the birds here that are for sale. Yeah, oh, look at those ones, little finches. They're nice, aren't they? Quite often in Indonesia, if you go to a bird market, it's not just birds that are for sale, it's all sorts of animals. So I'm not sure what the story is here. We'll have a bit of a look around and then we'll kick on from here and see what else is going on in Denpasar. All sorts of different birds in these places. Like you can get like domestic sort of chickens, and then there's rabbits, there's pigeons in there. Oh wow, that's like a pigeon shop, I think, or a dove shop. Oh, but they've got some really nice birds up there. Really beautiful ones up there. Nice, colourful, tropical looking birds. It's interesting because, oh, look at that one. Isn't that a beautiful one? And there's a nice little one down there, a little parrot. There's a bunch of budgies as well. Oh, look at those things. Now that does not look like a bird. That is a big, like iguana. Is it an iguana? That is huge. I want to put my finger in the cage, but I reckon it might eat it. There's heaps of them too. Oh, look at that one. That's crazy. Oh, and then there's these things too. They're a cool little lizard, aren't they? Oh, mad. That's like the lizard shop. So if you love your lizards, you can buy one of those there. Oh, that's crazy. One of the things in Indonesia is that a lot of guys, for some reason, oh, look at this. These are all colourful ones, little chickens. One of the things that guys like to do is, I don't know, they like to get birds, especially if they get a little bit old, they get a bird in a cage and they play with the bird and that sort of stuff, and they get the water out and spray it. That's one of the things that happens in Indonesia. Also things sometimes like, there'll be people who love pigeons and they do those homing pigeon things. So they'll drive around and they'll let off the pigeons somewhere and then go back home, and they arrive back home. Like there's those people too. You see that quite a bit in Indonesia. There you go. There's ikan hias. Hello, how are you? Look at those little small fish in there. Amazing. Oh dear. And yeah, so you've got the small tropical fish in there. So one of the first words you'll learn when you're thinking about sort of animals and stuff is ikan, so that means fish. But hias is like an ornamental fish or a decorative fish. Oh, hello. Are you okay, little cat? Hello. Oh, hello. It's a cute one. Little kitten. It's got a collar on it, so someone's obviously feeding it around here, which is nice to know. A little cat getting a bit of love. It's tough, you know, when you're an animal lover in Indonesia, that there are a lot of animals that aren't cared for, and that's sort of like because they're a little bit out of control in terms of breeding and stuff. All these cats are strays, and you know they aren't just sexed, so they breed a lot. And you know, when they breed so much, they breed until the population sort of stabilises. You know, there's enough food for the number of cats there, and it means a lot of cats die when they're in that sort of condition. Look at that. Kegiatan batu permata. Oh, is that some sort of like gemstone thing? Oh, it is. Oh, this is all the gemstone section. I didn't realise that was here. Hello. Lihat batu. From Australia. Ini kayak batu akik.
Batu akik yang also sapphire, ruby.
Oh, ada juga. Ada semuanya. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is cool. Like an old little market where they sell gemstones and gold, and they can make you little bits of jewellery. I think mainly for guys that want rings. I think that's normally the thing. So back about 10 years ago, there was a thing called batu akik where, hello, how are you?
Good.
Oh, lots of stone. No, thank you. Just looking.
Oh, just looking.
Yeah.
Where do you come from?
Australia.
Australia. Wow.
Yeah, there's banyak yang bagus banget.
Iya.
Wow. Untuk laki-laki ya yang ini.
Ya, ada cewek.
Ada cewek juga.
Ada cewek. Ini untuk cewek.
Oh,
Black
kayak gitu.
sapphire, cewek.
Oh wow, green sapphire.
Yeah.
Oh, menarik juga. Ya, makasih ya.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool, eh? You can get it for women as well. It's some sort of official association because you've got the secretariat, the dude in charge of the association. So obviously all these people who like to do this sort of work have gotten together and set up here, and it's sort of well organised. Oh, look at this shop. Oh my, what is this? It's a couple of old motorbikes and old sticks, old stones and Chris. Oh, old clock. That's a nice shop, isn't it? Nice old shop. Some old bicycle. Look at that one. Nice bicycle, old Dutch bicycle. Amazing. It's like almost like antiques there. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool, isn't it? If you like some old antique type stuff, that's really nice to have a look at that. Even coming and having a look at this sort of ring market or precious stone market is really quite interesting, I think. I think coming to these sorts of things sometimes, oh, there's another one of these shops. Oh, look at all sticks. Like if you want a walking stick, they've got all the different sticks here. Oh, that is cool. Oh, there's some masks and statues and look at that. That's amazing. Chris, lots of different types of Chris. So Chris is the traditional Indonesian knife or sword or dagger. Probably dagger is probably a better word. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that was here. So I sort of knew the Pasar Burung was here, but I didn't know that little section of all that sort of stuff was there as well, which I really like. There's a sign there that says Pasar Burung Belakang. Belakang is behind. So the back area of the Pasar Burung is over here. Pasar Burung is over here. There's a few little stalls here, smaller ones, not as big as the ones at the front. This is pretty interesting. And then most of the stalls up here are actually closed, unfortunately. Halo, dari mana? Dari mana aslinya?
Dari Jawa,
Jawa mana?
Banyuwangi,
Banyuwangi. Di pusat kota atau di pinggir?
di pusat kota.
Pusat kota. Dari mana?
Sama?
Sama. Merantau ke sini?
Ya.
Udah lama di sini? Berapa lama?
2 tahun.
2 tahun. Senang?
Aman.
Aman? Kenapa kalau di Banyuwangi nggak
Nyaman.
nyaman, bukan aman, nyaman. Jadi kualitas hidup lebih tinggi di sini mungkin.
Iya.
Kenapa? Duitnya lebih gede atau gimana?
Pekerjaan lebih banyak.
Lebih banyak kesempatan untuk kerja.
Ya.
Kalau nggak ada kesempatan agak susah. Walaupun mau, kalau nggak ada susah. Ya, oke. Makasih ya, mari ya. Oh, temulawak. Oh, enak juga. Ya. Yeah. It's funny. I come across people from like in Bali. Lots of people from Java come here to work, and usually the number one citizen is generally Banyuwangi, and then as you go further to the west in Java, it becomes fewer and fewer and fewer until you get to like West Java, where you meet hardly any of them. There are some, but there's very few. Yeah. Here we go. What's this over here? Halo. Ada Pasar Burung Belakang. Sini. Yang ini. Oh. Yeah. Look at that. It's a little alleyway. This is the Pasar Burung Belakang. What have we got over here? Oh. More shops. Hello. That's like a oh, lots of pigeons. So if you love your pigeons, that's where you'll be buying your pigeons from. And a couple of little warungs back here as well. This is an interesting little section. I'm not sure if this connects to anything else or whether I have to go back the same way. I've got a funny feeling that maybe on weekends, this could be really busy. Like it feels like that sort of place to me where, you know, all the locals come out on the weekends and and buy all their birds and that sort of stuff. Oh, I'm back to where I was, I think. That's where the guys were on the corner around here. Wow, that is really interesting. Halo lagi. Dada lagi. Yeah. Oh, look at that one. Look at that bird. That is tiny. It's a tiny, tiny bird, but beautiful. It's iridescent. It's got a bit of red on its belly as well, and some blue iridescence on the back of its wings, and an iridescent head. It's almost like some sort of hummingbird or a honey eater or something. Now, if you can identify that bird in the comments, well, I'm not going to give you a prize, but I'd love to know what it is. Okay, we're out of the Pasar Burung now, and we're on Jalan Veteran, which is the same road that the Pasar Burung is on. I'm going to have a bit of a look around, see what we can find, see if there's anything interesting. Maybe a coffee shop, which I don't know. I know there's a lot around here, but see if I can find an interesting one. See if I can find any interesting things, interesting buildings as well. I haven't walked more than 50 meters, and I noticed this thing here, which is some sort of market, which is Pasar Satrya. Okay, so some sort of old market. I'm just going to go up, see what's up there. Have a look around. It's got a really good smell about it. You know, typical Bali market smell. It's quite a wonderful smell in here. Oh yeah, we smell all the herbs and spices and the incense going as well. A little bit dead up here. Don't think there's probably much open at all upstairs. Oh, there's a couple of things, not much. It's one of these old school markets, which I think are really cool. Yeah, I might actually, there's actually an upper floor as well, which looks to be totally empty. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it's empty up here. That's a bit sad, isn't it? Nice little space for someone to make some shops, maybe, I reckon. I know in Jakarta there was a market about 10 years ago that was a bit like this, and it was a bit dead and people weren't going there anymore. And then some young hipsters started opening little things like bookshops and little coffee kiosks and arts and craft stalls. And they were able to get the rent really cheap, and it just really revitalised that market. As we come back downstairs, this is what we look like. Yeah, it's quite cool. It's quite nice. Hello. Halo. Jalan-jalan ya. Ya udah siang. Udah mau pulang ya semuanya.
Dari mana?
Asli Australia, Bu.
Australia.
Ya. Ya.
Lama di sini ya?
Di Indonesia 15 tahun, tapi di Bali baru 2 tahun.
Pinter bahasa Indonesia.
Terima kasih, Bu. Sanur, Bu. Ya. Sangat tradisional ya yang pasar ini ya.
Ya, pasar tradisional.
Ya, bagus juga. Sepi ya, Bu. Kenapa sepi?
Karena uangnya nggak ada.
Uangnya nggak ada.
Sekarang perang lagi ya.
Yo, perang. Harga naik juga. Kalau sayuran harga naik atau belum naik juga?
Semua harga barang naik.
Semuanya naik ya. Kalau mau cari duit harus keluar negeri untuk cari duit.
Kerja apa di sini?
Di sini aku nggak kerja. Kalau nggak kerja juga, ikut saya. Kalau mau kerja harus ke Australia dulu.
Di sini bolak-balik sudah 15 tahun.
Ya, harus. Kalau cari uang harus bolak-balik terus. Karena kesempatan untuk duit di Australia lebih gede.
Oh gitu. Sana ada
Ya.
usaha.
Enggak, kerja seperti musiman.
Oh, musim.
Ya, begitu. Banyak orang Indonesia juga kayak gitu.
Banyak keluar. Panas di sini ya.
Panas banget.
Senang di Bali.
Kenapa?
Senang di Bali.
Senang sekali, Bu. Lebih senang di sini daripada di Jawa Barat. Karena kalau sekarang Bandung lebih panas dan polusi udara lebih makin.
Sekarang di sini kan polusi juga, orang sampahnya dibakar-bakar. Buang sampah di sini.
Ya, banyak bakar sampah juga, tapi nggak ada solusi ya sampai sekarang untuk.
Susah. Solusinya gubernurnya mabuk aja.
Jadi naik apa sini dari Sandung?
Aku naik motor, parkir di Pasar Burung. Ya, aku nggak tahu ada pasar tradisional di sini. Aku lihat, mau masuk aja.
Iya.
Dulu yang
Lantai 3
ya,
seni ya.
itu
Memang pasar seni. Sekarang udah kosong.
Oh.
Ya nggak ada. Oh, pernah
Dulu,
kesini dulu.
Kenapa?
Dulu pernah ke sini.
Aku belum pernah, tapi dulu ada pasar seni di lantai 3, Bu.
Iya.
Dulu sekali atau berapa tahun?
Sekali. Ini udah beberapa tahun ini udah gini. Tutup semua dagang.
Jadi dulu
Corona itu ya.
jadi dulu ada bule yang datang ke sini untuk
Sering. Banyak.
Gitu. Bangkrut gara-gara corona. Oke ya, mari ya. Ya. Yeah. Okay, they're saying you come over here and have a look around. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. Friendly ladies as well. Like if you come and have friendly people here, and I mean, what are you going to buy? I don't know. Buy a bit of fruit, probably. It's probably what you can buy here. Nice people. So it seems like tourists used to come here back in the day. I think it's a lot like that. You know, we sometimes think these places are 100% local, but at some point there were foreigners coming to these places. All right, let's continue on out here. Get my sunnies back on too. Little ceremony going on here. Heaps of those chanang there. You know, the chanang are those little. Those are the chanang right there. Those things there. Heaps of those. Today's actually a special day here. So the name of the day is Pagarwasi. Yeah, it sort of translates to iron gate or fence. Actually, fence is probably a better translation. But the thing about it is that, you know, with a lot of these ceremonies, they're quite complicated. It's not, you can't sort of explain it in one sentence, but I'll try. So it always happens on the Wednesday, 4 days after Saraswati, yeah? And Saraswati is when the knowledge descends from the heavens, and then Pagarwasi is when you are fortifying yourself with that knowledge. That's the way I understand it anyway, but there's a lot more, I mean, obviously it's a lot more complicated than that. And this is a very important day for Balinese. So sometimes you often see, sometimes you'll see ceremonies going on and different things happening around Bali. And as foreigners, we sort of struggle to figure out exactly what it is that people are doing. And sometimes it's a very local event related to the family. Sometimes it's related to the village. And sometimes it's a whole of Hindu thing. And figuring out exactly what it is sometimes difficult. I might just go down here. Little alleyway. I'm going to come back out of that alleyway because it's a dead end. Just through a coffee shop, might stop in for a coffee. It's called Brew Coffee. See what's going on. How are you? That's good. Hot cappuccino, yeah? I'm coming inside for the AC more than anything, to be honest. Like, I'm still finding it to be very hot. So it's about 11 o'clock at the moment. And as I've been saying in the past few videos, for the past couple of weeks, 3 weeks probably, it's been extremely hot here. Without really rain. I mean, it's rained hardly at all. So it's just been really hot and the skies have been really clear. Today, it's quite sunny as well. There is a little bit of cloud around, but it's still a hot day. And we still haven't gotten into the cool season. So normally the cool season and the dry season come together. So it gets cool and dry at the same time. This time it's sort of like gotten dry but not cool. So it's still hot and dry. I reckon that in probably another month it'll cool down a little bit. But yeah, we sort of do need just a drop of rain just to cool it down a bit, I reckon. Look at that one, looks good, doesn't it? Actually, I'm going to scull the water first. I'm just so thirsty after going out in that heat. Now that is a good one. Okay, the coffee is really, really hot, which I can't pick up, which is concerning. I'll let you know when I can pick it up. So the reason I go on about hot coffees is that when milk gets steamed to over about, I don't know, 65, 70 degrees, once it goes over 65 degrees, what happens is the proteins in the milk break down a little bit and the sugars change and you get a different flavour. It's like when you scald milk when you're doing cooking and baking and that sort of stuff. When you scald milk, you get a different thing happening to the milk. So when you do that with coffee, you get a different flavour. So a super hot coffee generally is not going to taste the way that it's supposed to taste. Now, I know from making coffees that if I can't pick up a glass like that, I know the milk is way, way too hot and the milk's been scalded. When it's right on the edge, when I can just pick it up, I know that that's right on the edge of maximum temperature on a glass like that. Okay, we're in business. Keep going along. Just gonna go down this road over here. So that coffee shop is quite a nice little spot to stop for a break, actually. Quite relaxing and stuff. I wish the milk wasn't steamed so hot, but like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it was still a decent coffee, but just, yeah, milk was steamed too hot. It does happen from time to time, to be honest. And I know it's been a little bit picky, but I mean, what else are you going to pick on, really? I've been thinking a little bit about some different sort of words that are really interesting. When you sort of speak a language fluently, you don't really think about the details too much. But because I'm on this channel all the time, sort of trying to convey different meanings of words and so forth, it does get me thinking about some of the problems that I had when I first started learning Indonesian. And one of them was the word boleh and bisa. And loosely translated, well, I don't even know if it's loosely translated. You can translate them as may and can. But the problem with the words is that in English, we actually use the word can incorrectly a lot of the time. So I'll give you an example. Say if you're at school and you say to the teacher, oh, can I go to the bathroom? Well, that sounds pretty normal, but it's actually incorrect. You're not supposed to say, can I go to the bathroom? Because the answer to that is, oh, you probably can, but I'm not going to allow you. You know what I mean? So what you're supposed to say is, may I go to the bathroom? But it sounds a little bit stiff in English a lot of the time. We just sort of say can when we really should be saying may. So once you understand that part of it, it then becomes easy to use boleh and bisa in Indonesian, because boleh is always to do with may I have permission to do something, yeah? And then bisa is always, is it possible for me to do something? So when you ask questions to someone, like say if you want to enter a place, you don't say bisa masuk, you say boleh masuk. So you're asking the question, boleh masuk? And the response that you'll get to a question that starts with boleh is always boleh, yeah? So boleh masuk? Boleh. That boleh masuk question is actually a shortening of a question which is probably boleh saya masuk? Boleh saya masuk? But people don't say that. In general conversation, it's boleh masuk. And I guess that's part of the thing about formality and things. I mean, if you were speaking to the president, you would speak a lot more slowly, a lot more deliberately, and you might say, Pak, boleh saya masuk ke sini? Yeah, you might say that, but I mean, to the average person on the street, you're going to be speaking a bit faster. You're just going to say, oh, boleh masuk? Oh, boleh. Oh, maaf ya, tidak boleh. It's like that. You're not going to say, bisa masuk. Like, that doesn't make sense. But we English speakers always get that wrong when we're learning. So it's just something to keep an eye out on when you're learning the language, I guess. The other thing I've been thinking a little bit about is that I'm sort of thinking about things that I get wrong or have got wrong a lot, and I still get wrong sometimes. When you say the words with a K on the end of them or a T on the end of them, if I say the word black, I say black. And I have this real sort of aspirated thing going on at the end, black. Yeah? Or spit, like that. In Indonesian, you don't do that. That puff of air that comes out of your mouth in English doesn't come out of the mouth in Indonesian. You stop the word before you spit the word out. It's almost like a silent letter, but it's not. You actually say the letter, but without what they call aspiration. So, bibit means seed. Bibit. Bibit. Your tongue is there at your teeth, but you don't go bibit. Bibit. Yeah? And the reason that's really important is because one of the words that you'll say a lot is the word for no, which is tidak. Yeah, you don't say tidak. It's not tidak. It's tidak. Yeah, tidak. So the K almost comes out, but it's not quite. But it's not a silent K. Almost a silent K. The other one is bapak. Yeah? Like, it's tempting to say bapak. Yeah, and I sometimes say it when I'm sort of not thinking too much. I'll say, oh, bapak ini, bapak itu. But it's not, it's bapak. There's another letter as well that has some of these similar rules. There's a few coffee shops down here. Kopi Satu, it looks nice. Hello. And it's when a word ends in D. So when I say the word mud, it has a sound to it. I say the word mud, and that D on the end, sort of like the tip of my tongue goes to the roof of my mouth, and then I let go of it while I'm still making a sound. Mud. But in Indonesian, you don't do that. You keep the tongue at the top of the mouth, and that's it. So I'll give you an example. The word for student is murid. Murid. There's a D on the end of there, but I don't say murid. It's not murid. It's murid. Yeah? So that sort of stuff happens all the time in Indonesian. It's just something to keep in mind. You're not going to get it right every time, but as long as you know the rule, it can make it a little bit easier to get it right when you do remember it, you know. Like, this is Jalan Kaliasem, and there's a bunch of little hangout spots down here. A lot of people coming down to Nongkrong a little bit, which looks pretty nice, doesn't it? That's what they look like inside. I actually might go into this one and buy something, get a little coffee. Little iced coffee, I reckon, this time. It's pretty crazy, but I think I've stumbled upon a little gem of a hangout spot here. It looks pretty old school, no AC, but heaps of people here. Like, everywhere else is quiet, but this place is pretty busy. What was really cool there, the guy at the counter said, all right, if you want an iced drink, you've got to try this one. So he gave me a little try of their signature iced milky coffee. It's really creamy. And he said, it might be a little bit sweet for your taste, but have a go anyway. And it is sweet, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. I don't know what they call it, but it's some sort of iced coffee thing. I got that plus a small donut, and it cost 33,000. Okay, there's my donut. They've put all the icing sugar on the side. If you want to put that on there, I'm not going to put it on there. There's my iced coffee. Now, they've heated that donut up as well, which is really nice. And then this iced coffee looks good. I've seen other people here getting hot food, which looks simple but good. It's one of those Nongkrong places where you can smoke and there's no air conditioning. Typical, a bit older school, more traditional style, less modern hangout spot that's still very popular in Indonesia. I know in somewhere like Bandung, there are lots of these places where youth like to hang out because it's what Indonesians want, generally. I mean, of course, some people want those modern coffee shops, but this is what they really want. And that is an amazing, amazing iced coffee. I don't even know what the name of this place is called. Okay, I got it. It's called Janar Kopi Kaliasem. Yeah, that is a place you've got to come. I think it's really good. Like, I reckon it's worth just coming up here, hanging out here for like an hour, and then going for a walk around the area. Because around this area, there's just quite a lot to see anyway. Just cruising around the streets. If you're like a person who likes to walk without needing to see stuff, you can just browse around sort of randomly here quite easily for a couple of hours. That's a nice donut too. So one of the things I'm seeing that other people have got is a pile of noodles like mie goreng with an omelette. Like, really simple, but I reckon it would taste really nice, full of salt and oil. Just so good. Love this place. I actually really love that place. That's one of my favourite places I've been to in Denpasar. Like, it's just got a nice feel about it. Definitely go to that place, definitely. Thing is, in this area, you can come down this street. This actually leads to the Puputan Park, basically. It's the memorial to the mass ritual fight to the death down the end of there, which is interesting to look at in itself. And then down that road to the right gets you right into the centre of the old heritage area with all the old buildings. So it's in a pretty good location. And to be honest, I haven't even walked that far from that bird market that I started off earlier on. So really good location. Another little coffee shop there. Beautiful. Lots of little coffee shops. I'm just surprised I've never even heard of this area before, but obviously the locals, they all know about it. As we walk more and more around Bali, and I keep sort of springing up new words for you to learn, we're starting to get a bit of cohesion here in being able to form proper sentences. Like, yeah, if you know the word for I, which is saya, you can then say saya bisa, I can, and then or boleh saya whatever it is that you want to do, and then you can start forming bigger sentences. Like, for example, after I can, you might say saya bisa lihat, I can see whatever it is that you can see. Yeah. Bisa naik motor, can you ride a motorbike? Bisa. Saya bisa naik motor. Hello, how are you? Dari mana?
Dari jalan-jalan, Mister.
Oh ya, asli dari mana?
Asli dari Sumba Barat saya.
Sumba Barat.
Iya, dari NTT.
udah lama di sini di Bali?
Udah lama.
Kalau sering pulang? Sering pulang?
Sering.
Oh, naik apa biasanya? Pesawat?
Pesawat.
Ya. Pernah naik pelni?
Pelni?
Ya.
Belum pernah.
Belum pernah.
Gimana rasanya pelni?
Agak kotor tapi ya oke juga karena bisa ngobrol sama orang lokal dan orang lokal biasanya ramah, jadi aku suka ngobrol soalnya. Ya.
Dari mana, Mister?
Pacar atau istri? Istri dari mana?
Dari Sumba.
Sumba juga. Udah lama di sini juga atau baru? Udah lama. Suka di sini? Senang ya. Ya, oke ya. Mari ya. Some more Sumba people. I love the people from Sumba. I've got to get across there because everyone I've met from Sumba so far has been so friendly. So friendly. A different character to the Balinese for sure. They're a little bit more East Indonesia in character. Always smiling. Always so friendly. Like, I don't know why. It's just, this is the thing about character of different people. A different type of friendliness to the Balinese. Balinese are friendly as well, but this is a different type of friendliness. Interesting. There's that monument for the Puputan Badung. Yeah, I'll just quickly show it to you without going into too much detail. I'll just show you what it's like. So that's it there. So the official title is Monumen Perjuangan Puputan Badung, and perjuangan is an interesting word. It's got a bit of meaning to it. It's about struggle and fight. Yeah, so this is a monument to the struggle or fight for the Puputan Badung. This is when there was a ritual sort of a fight to the death. Basically, lots of people died. That's the story. It tells you a bit here. Yeah, basically a struggle against the colonial forces in 1906, where there was a big fight and a ceremonial battle occurred. Yeah, and there's all the little well, not plaques, but sort of like almost like a diorama of what happened underneath the big statue. Yeah, it's all in Indonesian. Doesn't really say a heap, but it gives you a bit of an idea of what happened. Basically, it's a fight, and a lot of people died. A puputan. But aside from it just being a monument to that struggle, to that fight, to that battle, it's also a nice park as well. This was being renovated for quite a long time. So last time I came past here, there was a big fence around it. It's actually been done up quite nicely. There's a little play area there for kids, and there's a big field there that people can play on. There's a guy flying a kite over there at the moment, and I'm sure you can get a football out and play over there. It's just nice. And then over here, I'll just show you, over there in the bushes, under all these trees, lots of people nongkrong, yeah? They love to hang out there, especially on weekends. You'll have a bit of live music going, people doing karaoke, and there's just a bit of an atmosphere in this particular park. I can see people in there playing chess at the moment. I'll just have a quick spin through there, otherwise I'll get held up there all day chatting to people. I know what's going to happen. I'll just show you what it's like though. It's just really a nice little area to come, honestly. So there it is. People just sort of hanging out, having a drink under the trees. There are people playing chess, having a cigarette. Over there's a chess table. Hello. Oh, the guy's calling me over. Lagi apa? Lagi nongkrong?
Ya, kan kabarnya gimana itu?
Aku nggak bisa bicara bahasa Bali.
Bahasa
Indonesia.
kabarnya gimana? Tuh ada kucing di bajunya.
Yeah, kucing. For those that don't know, that's a cat there. The word for cat in Indonesian is kucing. Yeah.
Kucing. Kucingnya bagus.
Bapak asli dari mana?
Dari Ubud.
Ubud.
Sudah pernah ke Ubud?
Pernah. Tinggal di sini atau tinggal di Ubud?
Tinggal di sini di Denpasar.
Kerja di sini.
Ya, cari-cari tamu, tapi tamunya sepi sekarang.
Oh, Bapak biasanya seperti apa? Sopir atau pemandu? Ya.
Engage.
Ya.
Taxi and driver.
Taxi and driver. Oh, hello.
I hope the situation is coming better soon.
Is it quiet now?
Very.
Tamunya sepi.
Yes, very quiet.
Is this because of perang
Yeah.
Timur Tengah?
Yes.
Wow, that's so bad.
Maybe the ticket is going up.
Yeah, so economy in Bali is going down.
That's why
Oh,
I'm stay here.
Oh.
2 months, no job.
really? Nothing to do?
Not yet.
I hope, but that in the future you can get some good
you.
customers.
Who knows?
Who knows? We are just passengers.
Yeah.
Penumpang.
Ini is very nice.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Pak.
Have a good day.
Namanya siapa, Pak?
Bapak Wayan.
Aku Bapak Adam.
Pak Adam.
Ya.
Aram apa Adam?
Adam.
Adam.
Adam, bukan haram.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, mate. Thank you. See ya. It's nice, isn't it? I mean, if I keep hanging around here too long, I'm going to get caught up in all of what's going on. Look at these guys. Oh, main catur. Grandmaster. Yeah, I could hang out all day having a bit of a chat to all these guys about everything. I love it. I just like to interact with people about just talking rubbish, really, don't we all? We all like to talk rubbish from time to time. Now, whether it's down the pub or here at the Monument Perjuangan Puputan Badung, which is a mouthful, I love it. It's really nice. Thank you very much for coming along for the ride today here in Denpasar. I think it's a place that you might want to come in the future and have a bit of a poke around yourself, especially if you've been to Bali a few times and you don't know what else to do. It's pretty nice. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Senora and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, man. Sampai jumpa.